Okay, since we snowed in, I thought I would make a list of all of the artists and musicians that I wish had a longer run in the mainstream media. And this is no particular order, okay? So like, don't hurt me. Now, a few of these artists have pivoted to other industries. Some have passed away. Some were blackballed. Some are trying to make a comeback. Some are underground, and some just quit. And I'm not talking about the one hit wonders or the people that weren't able to consistently produce hits. I'm talking strictly the mainstream artists that were having a decent run and they have a pretty nice catalog, but they just dipped from the scene. Chamillionaire, aka Camilla Main. That man, that was a lyricist like no other. Again, no particular order, okay? No particular order. K Camp, that man was so smooth with it. He really knew how to ride the beat, and I love the fact that he catered to women. Like, he knew how to talk to the ladies. Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones. That man was so different, and he really brought a different sound to the scene, especially the South, the Texas region. He really brought like a different vibe and a different energy to the industry before he just dipped. B.O.B., another great lyricist. Tierra Marie, baby, TT was the original Miss Sprinkle Sprinkle. She had her song "Sponsor" with Gucci Mane and Soulja Boy. She had everybody out here talking about that they had a sponsor or that they was looking for one. Before, we were talking about tricks or sugar daddies. We all had sponsors. Word to Miss TT. So Tierra Marie, and she had really some nice uppity pop bops. I ain't had no daddy around when I was growing up. That's why I'm wild and I don't give up. Alright, don't let this cute face fool you, boo. Oh, okay. Tierra Marie. Rich Homie Quan. That man carried Atlanta on his back. Tyga, that man, he can really rap for real, but he got with the billionaire King Kylie, and he felt like he didn't have to work no more. Okay, that man was put up. That man was put up. Okay. Big Crit. Okay, Big Crit would not have lost that battle with Kendrick Lamar. He actually had a little battle with Kendrick Lamar, and guess what Kendrick Lamar did not do? Respond. Okay, sorry Drake. Sorry Kendrick. I love both of y'all. I love all of y'all. But Big Crit, he one of them ones. Top 5 for surely. Maya. Maya was so cutesy bootsy and unproblematic. She was so feminine and girly. I loved Maya so bad, but Maya actually said that she wouldn't sell her soul, and that's why she, is no longer mainstream. And I commend her for that. Keep your morals intact, girly. Keep them intact, Bookie. Carrie Hilson. I ran into Carrie Hilson in person, and let me tell you, she is not beating those mean girl allegations. However, I don't feel like she should have been blackballed for that, because these people in the industry, they have way worse attitudes and don't have half the talent that she has, and they still reigning, so that's kind of not fair. I didn't like that. Carrie, she got it all. She has the look. She's beautiful. She has the talent. She can sing. She can dance. She's a writer. She's fashion. Like, she can act. Like, that girl is the full package. So if anybody should have an ego or an attitude, it should be Carrie Hilson. So her being blackballed for that, I didn't like that. That shouldn't have happened. However, sometimes it's not the fact that you have an attitude, it's who you have that attitude with. And apparently she had an attitude with the wrong person. So that's unfortunate, but she is trying to make a comeback. So come on back, Carrie girl. We need you. We need you. Tyra B. I absolutely loved Tyra B. She made the cutest, girliest music, but if you look her up today, she's a stud. So maybe that's why she no longer made cutie girly music. I don't know. Aaliyah, self-explanatory. Aaliyah, Princess Aaliyah. Lil Lonnie out of Jackson, Mississippi. He was so young. He was so talented and humble. He was so genuine, and he really wanted to see his people win, and he really wanted to put his people on the map. Like, he was not trying to put his people on for clout or for recognition. He didn't want to be seen as the king or as the greatest. He genuinely just wanted his people to win. But much like any tragic story of an artist visiting their hometown, his life ended prematurely, unfortunately, and he did not have the opportunity to take his career as well as his city to the heights and the levels that he was trying to take it to. But man, that was a gift that we did not deserve, which I guess that's why God took it from us. Little Lonnie. But let me say this about the Lil Lonnie situation. That hometown hero to hometown hate pipeline is so thin. You have to be so careful because you never know who, how, when, where, or why somebody is hating on you, watching you, or plotting on you. So you gotta move with a level of discernment that people will call you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or paranoid because of how differently you're moving, especially when you garner so much attention in such a short amount of time. You have to move like a politician. Do you understand me? Lupe Fiasco. That man was a lyricist that was standing on business when it came to activism and politics. Like, wasn't nobody touching Lupe Fiasco when it came to that rap activism. Like, nobody. Prince, Michael Jackson. Now, Michael Jackson, I wanted nothing more in life than to see Michael Jackson in concert. But unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to do that. However, he does have a documentary coming out starring his blood nephew. So that's just going to have to do. And I'm going to show up with my locks curled like a Jerry. And I'm going to have on my jean jacket and my leather boots and my chains and whips. I'm going to show up like Janet Jackson or Dirty Diana. I haven't decided. Maybe both. I might go twice. But that's just going to have to do. But Michael Jackson. 50 Cent. Anybody that know me know that 50 Cent is my favorite rapper. All right, 50 Cent, he's a great MC. He's a great songwriter. He's a great rapper. Like 50 Cent is great at writing songs and choruses. But I feel like 50 kind of found out early and quickly that the music industry is just as grimy as the streets. So he pivoted to television. You know, that's one of the ones that pivoted instead of quit. And yeah. I really wish that we got a little more music from him before he pivoted, but we kind of still get music from him through his TV shows because like the soundtracks to his shows is his music, so that's pretty cool. Life Jennings, that man was out here keeping families together, holding men accountable, and breaking generational curses. Unfortunately, I haven't heard from him since he called out Jay-Z, talking about 30s ain't the new 20s, it's the same 30s, so y'all need to act y'all age and not y'all wage, okay? I haven't heard from him since, so I don't know if Jay-Z, pulled a Carrie Hilson on him, but Life Jennings. Speaker Knockers, man, that kid was so dope, and if you don't know him, if you're not familiar with him, look him up. Speaker Knockers. Pop Smoke. I loved him. He has such a distinct voice. And, he kind of made music for the girlies, too. Some for us to, bop, bop. Travis Porter. Okay? Travis Porter walked so that the Migos could run. And honestly, this is when the club scene shifted. Because Travis Porter was all about the ladies. Travie, go, shorty, go. But then the Migos came in, and the Migos was all about the bros. And, the club scene just never recovered. But Travis Porter, I really wish they had a longer run. Britney Spears definitely made fetch happen with her song Toxic, because we weren't out here calling people toxic. Toxic was about wastes and products and chemicals and liquids. Toxic we was never referring to people, each other human beings, as toxic until Britney Spears came out with that song Toxic. So Britney made fetch happen, and to this day we call people toxic. Even in the Spanish community, they call each other La Toxica. Like, people got toxic on their license plate. Like, Britney Spears made fetch happen, and she don't get her flowers enough. And I wish she had a longer run. Leave Britney alone. Avril Lavigne. I feel like we haven't had a cute little rock star girly in a long time. And Avril Lavigne, she was one of them ones, y'all. And I feel like that's who Alabama Barker could have followed up behind. Her dad is literally Travis Barker, but she chose to be a rapper. That's so unfortunate. She had an opportunity. She did not take it. But Avril Lavigne, I feel like I wish she would have had a longer run. This is just a few more that I don't have time to explain because they only give me 10 minutes. Okay, you got XXXTentacion, you got Lil Peep, you got Juice WRLD, you got Mac Miller. Y'all, please put the drugs down. We love y'all. We need y'all. Okay, you got Christina Aguilera, love her down. And you got Pink, the R&B Pink, not the rock star Pink. When Pink came out and she was R&B, oh my God, chokehold. But yeah, these are just a list of a few artists that I wish would have had a longer run in the industry. I know I'm missing a lot, but y'all can put in the comments who y'all feel like should have been on top. Just a little longer, okay? Oh, and Fetty Wap. He out now. Maybe we can get a little, yeah, baby. Hope.